G'day everyone, it's SDS SuperCoach, providing SuperCoach content for you. Is here to present the review of Week 2 AFL Final SuperCoach, and we preview Week 3, which is obviously preliminary finals. If you're new to the channel or whatever the case may be, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, as I do appreciate all the support and I appreciate everyone clicking onto the video. We went up another 63 spots. We now sit 143rd overall out of 47,000 coaches. Yeah, it's been a good shift. We didn't have as good of a week as we did last week, but that still was enough to bring us up. So what's sort of the aim and the thought process at the minute? Because it is such a short format, it only goes for 4 weeks. I think we're just going to try to, this week again, just pick who I just think is going to be the highest scoring 9 players with our limited ability to pick whoever we want because of defense, mid, ruck, forward, and flex. But certainly go who I think will be the best scoring. And if we continue, if we put ourselves in a position next week in the grand final to be potentially be in arm's distance of being first. Now, I do think it is extremely unlikely for this situation to happen. Then I think you've got to take a couple of risks. And there's probably a couple of pods in here heading into week 3, but I'm certainly hoping that they'll pay off for me. So, yeah, I think I've really enjoyed it. It's a nice little fun sort of a format. This is obviously the team I didn't pick last week. I just built this team, so I didn't reveal what I'm thinking for week 3. So yeah, we scored 1,265. That is my phone was on 15%, so I had to put it on charge. But if you're hearing that in the background, that's my dad's ringtone for him. I apologize, Trev. I'll get back to you. That scared the shit out of me. Bloody hell. Actually, and we're back. I just put my phone on silent. So we're still on top in all of our leagues. I didn't really make too much of an effort to make too many leagues here, but yeah, I mean, we're first in all of them. So I'm just here to show you guys the team that I built for last week. So I'll show you that. So the Friday night, what a win for the Hawks. Very nervous for prelim final week. I'll talk about that a little bit more later on, but it was a fantastic win for the Hawks. Riley Thilthorpe didn't shy away. I thought he was very respectable in difficult situations. 92, everyone picked him. You just go with the crowd there. Ended up with Rory Laird in my team, which I was pretty eager to add Rory Laird because we know his ability to get the ball. His just genuine ability to get the ball in his hands. So wanted to make sure I got him in. Ended up with Lloyd Meek at the end. I think last week my video, I just underrated him. And data changes. I didn't realize how much easier Riley O'Brien has gotten as an opposition ruckman for other rucks to score points on. So, I wanted to go Lloyd Meek after reading that information. I was very tempted with going Riley O'Brien, and I probably would have gone Riley O'Brien, who scored a 46, if I didn't want to fit Rory Laird into the team. But so, yeah, got lucky there. Dylan Moore knew about his history against the Crows, so I went with that, got a 103. And Lloyd Meek was very solid as well. So the Brisbane Suns match, as I did mention a fair bit, we just know how, with their lack of tagging, how easy it is for opposition mids to score points on their midfielders. So, I absolutely smashed that with getting Lions mids in. So I captained Dunkley, vice-captain McCluggage, both very respectful scores. I think Dunkley went, hard to tell with the triple captain, 126, and McCluggage went 116. So Very happy with my captain choices. Obviously, it would have been better if I went Laird, but I just wasn't predicting that. Zorko was respectful with a 103. Thought he would do a little bit better, but the ball in the second half wasn't exactly going near Gold Coast forward half. So and then Anderson 99, I got that one wrong. I thought Dunkley would have defensively would have gotten Rowell out of the game, but I got that wrong. I thought Anderson was going to cook, not Rowell, but it was the other way around. So I got that wrong. That's all right. So we move on to prelim final week, and I cannot believe it. My boys, my beloved Hawks, we're still in it. Oh my God, from 8th place to a prelim. And it's against Geelong. It is against Geelong. I'm shaking like a dog. I'm very nervous. We definitely come in. Oh, yeah, we are. In my eyes, we're underdogs. And you can certainly tell by the from the Geelong Cats on Twitter. Gee, they're a very confident bunch this week. So, gee, it would be so good to knock off those pricks. Now, I know I have some really nice Geelong supporters out there. So this ain't on you. There's some certain people that I'd rub it in if we won, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I personally don't think it's going to happen anyway. I just love to beat them, but Geelong is such a good side. I think I tipped them to go all the way this season. So, sorry, not at the very start of the season. Heading into finals, it's usually the team with the best, with the healthiest list, and bar a couple of injuries, Geelong are very healthy. So, I'm very nervous. Should be a great game. Going to the game, got a couple of tickets. Level 4, City End near the forward pocket, about halfway up on level 4. Looks like it's going to be a little bit rainy, so I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that helps Baz and Max Holmes, but could help our little smalls as well. So, yeah, it should be a very interesting contest. Yes, I will be at the game, so very, very keen and very nervous. And it's only just sort of hit me today. We're one win away from a granny. And certainly my bank account wants Hawthorn to lose because, my God, yeah, they'll be quite... yeah, but I'm taking it 1 week at a time. Let's just worry about it to see if we can somehow beat Geelong, which I don't think... I did tip Hawthorn on Fancast, but I do think Geelong wins. So, I'm very hopeful, but I do think Geelong are just such a fantastic side. I bloody can't stand them, but they're just they're so well drilled and they're such a good football club, that mob. So enough waffling. Let's talk about my team. What I'm thinking. I think we'll do probably the most obvious one out of the way, to be brutally honest. No disrespect to Darcy Cameron, but Darcy Fort is a very restrictive ruckman, which I did not expect for a backup ruck, but here we are. He's been unbelievable this season. So I think the pretty obvious one is Lloyd Meek again. I think the Geelong matchup is the best one out of the 4. If Geelong are going far, I'm targeting their ruck matchup. I know Bledisarv's might be a little bit more restrictive, but I don't know what the prognosis is on Stanley. Probably be even better if Stanley was playing. But up against Geelong, they leak a lot of points to ruckman. And, I think Lloyd Meek's just a very easy choice there. And then, so I think we're going to move into the midfield. I think the defense and the forward line is pretty interesting talking about. No surprises here. I will be going 4 mids all up, so not 2 rucks here with the flex. I'm going to go with 4 mids again. I am going Josh Dunkley, Nick Dacos, Bailey Smith, and Max Holmes. So I think Bailey Smith and Max Holmes, they're both so good, it's hard to leave out. So I just find it hard to leave either of them out. We know that they were both one of the best SuperCoach options this year regarding their positions. So Yeah, I really want to max. I really want Holmes and Smith. I've got a feeling one of them's going to go 80, but the other goes 140, similar to what happened in the Brisbane game. But I can't choose between which one it could be. It could be Holmes, could be Smith. Last week it was Holmes. Maybe this week it'll be Smith. But so I'm just going to take that chance. I just want to guarantee a good score on the board. I think it's going to go that way, or whatever works. I mean, I'm fine if they go 110. Don't go too good though. Josh Dunkley, with Lockie Neal out of the side, I don't think it's the most glamorous pick, but it is, in my eyes, feels safe and secure. I think McCluggage is very tempting as well. I think I have more security in Josh Dunkley, but I could change my mind. So between him and McCluggage there, then I definitely wanted to pick Nick Dacos. Brisbane pay a lot of attention around the stoppage, but on the outside when it spreads, Nick Dacos is insane. So I think he went 172 against Brisbane at the Gabba earlier in the year. Then had a bit more of a disappointing day, but Collingwood are to have any chance against Brisbane. King Nick has to fire up. So let's move into the forwards and defenders. The forward lines gets tougher every week, especially with no Phil Thorpe now. One less option to go with. I am going Jordan De Goey. And I am going to go with Brian Myers at this stage. I think with De Goey, he's like the only forward that has a fairly consistent role over the past few weeks of playing 50+% CBAs. Jordan De Goey is. So I think as he's like the only mid that forward that's actually playing mid, I think you just got to go. In my eyes, I think I'm just going De Goey there. We know the injury risk and all that, which does concern me, but you just have to take it on. He has a great role. And then I'm going Myers. This was Zach Bailey. Hawthorn are actually an easy matchup for not easy. They're a light green on DFS for general forwards. And the reason I'm saying general forwards, because we're sort of thinking, Graham Myers has been playing in the midfield. Over the past few weeks, those dwindled down to 15 to 20%. So that's probably why, and we understand why that's the dip in form. He's actually not playing midfield anymore, just a sprinkle, as compared to 5 weeks ago when he was playing 50% CBAs. That has dropped down a lot. So I'm going with Myers. I think Bailey's got a better role, but I think the matchup's better for Myers than it is for Bailey. So I think that's real 50-50. I could change my mind on that as well. Now, as we head into the back line, I mean, I don't need to talk much about this. I think Dane Zorko just picks himself, just ultra consistent in his role. And obviously, his role has become unbelievable ever since Coleman, unfortunately, has been dealing with injuries. Now, I'm going to go a bit rogue here. Carl Amon. He is my differential a little bit, but I just genuinely think he's the best chance to score the most points out of all the defenders here. Geelong are actually an easy matchup for conceding for opposition defenders to get stats. So I look at Amon. I think Sicily has got a bit of work to do with Neil and Cameron. Scrimshaw, a bit more lockdown. Hardwick's a bit like a box of chocolates. Could give you 50, could give you 120. I think Amon went 152 on Easter Monday against the Cats this year. So I'm going to go a bit different there and go with Amon. So I'll back him in there. Did Josh Weddle score 151? Oh, no, this is points all up. That would have been funny. It felt like he went that well. He was unbelievable. So that's the team. Vice captain and captain. I think Dacos is my skipper against Brisbane. It's between Bailey Smith and Lloyd Meek for the vice captain. I think at the minute it's Meek because we know with Ruckman, they're usually safe. For what we project them to score, it's usually what happens. I think Meek can get a 110 here or more. So I think it's just going to super safe vice captain. And hopefully Nick Dacos puts on a show against the Lions. And yeah, I think that will do the video. How long have we been going for? 15 minutes. We'll wrap it up there, guys. So that's what I'm thinking at this stage. A couple of things could still change. I could go McCluggage last minute over Dunkley. I could go Bailey over Brian Myers here as well. But yeah, this is probably the team we're sort of looking at. Be interested to see what the split will be for grand final, because that'll be the last week for AFL final SuperCoach. I assume it's going to be 5 players max per team. That's what I assume is going to happen. So you have to pick 5 from one team and 4 from the other. So I think that's how it's going to work. So yeah, look, this will be very interesting this week. Can the Hawks? And I'll see you guys in the next video. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next week.